How do you serve the Lord during a time of solitude? Maybe we should start by defining what is solitude. When somebody is in prison and they do something wrong, the only punishment you can give a prisoner is to put him in that solitude, where he is put on his own room. He never talks to anybody. They pass the food in through some system, and it's a real punishment because God created us as social beings. So when we do not have opportunity to talk to others, it's a real punishment. We call it a time of solitude. But of course, time of solitude can also mean a time when you are in a hospital bed and you are not able to deal with the people you normally deal with. There are nurses around you, but those are not your usual type of people. So you are in solitude because you are not with your normal social contacts. But it can also be a time of solitude when you are in your home and you are free, but you are not able to go out of your home to somewhere else. The question is, how can you minister at such times? We are not the first one, so maybe the best example we have is of Paul and Silas. They were very busy in Philippi preaching, and everybody is getting saved. Then there's a quarrel, and they are locked up. And it's at midnight, all alone. The other prisoners have slept. What do? They minister. How do they minister? By worshiping. Paul and Silas sang in the night. And as they sang, God did several things. For example, he made the doors open. That way the jailer woke up thinking that the people have run away. In the process, everybody wanted to know, who are these people? My friend, one major ministry in terms of solitude is praise and worship. Why wouldn't you talk about the Lord and his goodness? At the time of solitude, you are likely to start counting your curses, not counting your blessings. It's important to talk about the things God has done. But of course, there's one limitation. How do the others get to hear? In a jail, what happened is because they were singing loudly, people listened. How do you do it when you're on your own? You can't claim that anymore, that when you are put in solitude, except maybe in a jail where they'll take your phone, that you don't have your phone. Tell me, if you made a decision that every day, let's assume, for example, you're a Christian Union chairman, if you decide, or a Christian Union patron, if you decided every day you'll be ringing 5 people, either to do evangelism or discipleship. Evangelism because you are reaching out to them to come to know the Lord, telling them about what he has done for you. Discipleship because you are trying to help somebody to know the Lord better. If you decided that every day you'll be talking to 5 people, 10 minutes each, what will be the cost? Now, if the cost is too high for you, why don't you remove them to 2? You cannot say you're a CU chairman or a CU patron who is doing nothing just because you have solitude. You still have many people's telephone numbers. And the ones you don't have, you are able to ask the one who knows. Oh, I knew the CU secretary. Can you give me the chairman? And you end up with a group of information that will help you. But that's not the only thing, not just the telephone. What about opening a YouTube account and giving the link to the people you want to reach out to? What about the recording audios and sending them over? What about beginning a WhatsApp group? There's literally no reason why you would not continue ministering just because you're in solitude, as long as you have access to the phone. Even if it's not a smartphone, you will still be able to reach people. But then, there are other things you can do. You are not allowed to speak to more than a certain number of people. Why can't you operate within that number? If it's only 3 you can talk to with the social distance, I think it's important to just go ahead and do it. May the Lord help us to truly be involved in ministry.